All right, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, and His Son being Yahweh Shai. Those are their names in the Hebrew. Peace and blessings to the true elect of Israel out there. Shalom Barakim, La Bakarim, Shayasha Allah. Peace and blessings be upon the elect of Israel. Um, Double honor to our elders and apostles of Israel, all right, known as Great Millstone in these times, all right. Those are the true leaders, all right, the true elders and rulers of Israel in these times, all right, the Sharim, all right, if you will, in the Hebrew, all right. So, then I forgot what I named it. This is should be the grim future for Caucasians, right? The grim future for Caucasians, all right, and it's gonna be according to prophecy. All right, how do we know you're Caucasian? Some simple facts. Let's deal with the term Caucasian. Caucasian, all right, comes from the word Caucasus, all right, the Caucasus Mountains, where you all used to dwell. You got pushed up there, all right, and men of the Lord in the scriptures spoke about your race. You see, everybody has a biblical nationality. Like we have a biblical nationality, you Caucasians have a biblical nationality, and you go back to a man named Esau. Now, you always dwelt in the caves, all right? You Caucasians, you always dwelt in the caves. And Job spoke, in the book of Job, it spoke about it, all right? And it was called Petra, which Petra goes back to a word called being petrified. Like you have petrified wood. Petrified wood is real hard like a rock, all right? Then when you go to, in Aramaic, all right, which Aramaic really comes from the Hebrew, when you go into that land Petra where you live, they called it Salah, all right, which in the Hebrew is Salai in the Hebrew, and it means rock, and that's where y'all used to dwell. So it's no coincidence that today you're calling yourselves Caucasians. That's how we can line up these things about who you are. All right, now this is Job 30, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock." Right, because the so-called white man, he's heavy into bestiality. All right, he'll sleep and have sex with anything that's moving, not even just the white man, the white woman. There's videos on YouTube of women, all right, specifically Caucasian women, seducing their dogs to sleep with them. All right, these women, they put peanut butter on their genitalia so the dog will come lick them. This is the type of race, all right, that is described, man. All right, it's a wick. This in your genes. All right, that's how we can identify you. Job 30:2. Yea, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. Right, you go back into the so-called white man's history, they were eating out of their ancestors' skulls. All right, they were wearing their clothes until it deteriorated off their body. All right, sleeping and laying in their own feces. All right, some of them still do that till this day. All right, verse 4, it says, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven from among men." All right, remember, you were pushed out. It's known in history that you got pushed out into the Caucasus Mountains. That's how you got there. You didn't just show up and you was born in the Caucasus Mountains. You were pushed. All right. It says they cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valley, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. All right. So that's how we know who you are. All right. You Caucasians, you are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. And Job is not an Edomite. Job is speaking about Edomites. All right. Now, after I get this last description, I'm going to get to the topic, which is the prophecy, man. The grim future for you, you so-called white people or you Caucasians. All right. Which the Lord named you Ashashwa. All right. Which is Esau or Adawam, which means red. And you can't run from it. Just like we can't run from who we are and nobody else can run from who they are, you cannot run from who you are. All right. And prophecy is catching up with you. Genesis 25:24. "And when her days were to be delivered were fulfilled," this is Esau's mother, all right, Rebekah. "Behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. Now, when most children are born, after they wipe the blood and stuff off of the child, all right, the child has somewhat of pigment, all right, just a little bit. It looks like a what you call a like a mulatto, if you will. All right, but Esau, this man had no pigment. He after the blood was wiped away, he was dark red. All right, he looked red. All right, so he named him Esau or Ashashua, which means wasted away is he or wasted away is it. And his name got changed to Edom, which means red. All right, so this character plays throughout the scripture, all throughout the scriptures. So now what I want to do is I want to start with Isaiah, and if the Spirit permits, I'm gonna go through the prophets. All right, and we're gonna see what the prophets, the book of the prophets, according to prophecy, what do they have to say about Esau? All right. Is there anything nice for Esau? What's Esau's judgment? You know, what's the future of this race that's been pillaging the earth? You know, the other day, a brother sent me a video. An Edomite was dragging a live shark from his truck on the highway at high speeds. Before they tied the shark, I think either before or after they tied the shark up, they were punching the shark in its face. All right. And then they dragged it on the highway, laughing, drinking beers. And then they said the worst thing that's gonna happen to those men that did that to that shark, which the shark was still alive when they were dragging it, just like they did us, to show you how they feel. That at the most they'll get a fine if the shark is on an endangered species list. But if it's not, nothing probably will happen. All right. So that's the type of man that we're dealing with. Let's see what Isaiah has to say. All right. Um, Isaiah 34, and I'm going to start at the top. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth. For the indignation," which means the righteous anger, "of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter." Right, this hasn't happened yet. All right, Isaiah is just speaking it into existence. All right, which he is going to do that to all these heathen nations. All right, there's 3. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and their mountains shall be melted with their blood. Verse 4, it says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, as the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And all their host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree." So this is the prophet Isaiah seeing America be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. This is how he was describing it. The heavens being dissolved, all right? The heavens being on fire and being rolled up like a scroll. What he was looking at was a mushroom cloud, all right? But that's when they transliterated this, they transliterated it in a way so that only the elect could understand what is being said and what's being conveyed, all right? Here's the point about the Caucasian's grim future. All right, it says, verse 5, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Now, this is a study Bible I have here. And for Idumea, it says Malachi 1 and 4. All right, so let's see what Malachi 1 and 4 is, because Idumea is actually a Greek term. That doesn't go back to Hebrew. All right, that's a Greek term. Now, I said Malachi 1 and 4. The Lord said he's going to bathe his sword in heaven, all right, and it's going to come down upon Idumea. Now, in this study Bible I have, I'm going to go to Malachi and see what this prophet has to say. All right, what's this prophecy have to say? Malachi 1 and 4. Oh, wow. Malachi 1 and 4. It says, well, just let me start up. Let me start at verse 1, because a lot of people like to say, well, you need to start up. I need to get context. Okay, let's do that. Malachi 1 and 1. All right, the first book, all right, first chapter, Malachi. "The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel, to Yashar Allah, by Malachi." Showing you that this word only came to Israel, it's for Israel. It's just how he starts it off. "I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Verse 4, where the other precept in Isaiah 34 and 6 pointed me to. All right. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. All right. Nam Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Tazabah Waf. They shall build, but I will throw down. So that's Esau's future. No matter what you do, no matter how you build or what you try to accomplish, the Lord said he's going to throw down through prophecy. That's why America's deteriorating from the inside out. Just like your clothes were deteriorating from the inside out when y'all was dwelling in the caves. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. This is an accurate description of the so-called white race. You look at all the places that they so-called colonized. How did they do it? How well off are those countries now? They're not well off. They're in turmoil. All right, it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation. Remember, indignation is righteous anger. Has indignation forever. All right, so here we have two witnesses already, and I'm going to get some more. Isaiah and Malachi. All right, most people know that the book of the prophets start with Isaiah, and then end with Malachi. Well, look what they both had to say about Esau and the Caucasian race. All right, nothing good. The Lord said he hates you, and his sword is going to come down upon you. That's what the scriptures are saying. You can't misinterpret that. Let's see what Jeremiah has to say. All right, and there's a few things that Jeremiah says, but I'm going to get one. All right, let's see what Jeremiah or Yeremiah has to say, the one who the Most High had exalted or planted or set up. All right, Jeremiah chapter 49. Jeremiah 49 and 7. All right, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, all right, concerning Adawam, or the Caucasian race, if you will. Concerning Adawam, thus saith the Lord of hosts, all right, Yahweh Tazabah Waf, all right, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Waha Rachak Wadash. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Teman is a descendant of Edom. Your modern day Temanites, because Teman was a very wise tribe from the Edomites. So the most wisest one of today would be who? It would be your modern day Germans. All right, those are like the smartest of the Edomites, man. I was watching a video about some of these German car companies. If you wanna go work for and build cars for the Germans, you spend the first, I think, 4 to 5 years studying how metals interact with each other before you even get to design a car or come up with a blueprint for something. All right, so that's how deep it goes, and you can look this information up. That's pretty damn serious, man. It says, "Is counsel," verse 7 again, concerning Adawam, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O habitants of Dedan. That's a city of Esau. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him. This is Jeremiah saying this. It says, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come unto thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they had enough. Right, because Esau just doesn't stop. That's what that's saying. All right, he just keeps going and going and going with his wickedness. Like it says in Habakkuk. All right, he's not satisfied. Esau could kill everything on earth and just be him left, and he'd still want to be satisfied. All right, that's why these fake Jews in Israel who are descendants of Edomites, you have a grim future. They got a plan in place called the Samson plan, where if they have to, they say they'll nuke everybody on earth, including themselves. You know, that's Esau's mentality. You know, a coward. You so-called white people and Caucasians, you're cowards by inheritance, man. It's in your DNA to feel that way, to feel inferior, you know? Verse 10, Jeremiah 49 and 10. Let's see what else Jeremiah has to say, or Yeremiah has to say. But I have made Esau bare. This is the Most High speaking through the prophet. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. That's why you can go on the internet and you can study the skull and bones. You can study Illuminati. All right. You can study the different hierarchies of their sorceries. All right. And how it plays in your everyday life, man. The symbolism, the stuff that's on TV, the food that you eat. All right. This is all being made bare. All right. His wickedness and how to counter his wickedness. All right. It says, but I have made Esau bare. Right. Because you don't have Edomites just walking around butt naked. That's not what it's talking about. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. That is him to the T. Verse 11. Let's keep going on what it says about Esau, his future. Leave the fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let the widows trust in me. Verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. That's talking about us, the nation of Israel. All right, Jeremiah himself being, I think he's from the tribe of Levi, being a priest, all right, and also a prophet. Because that cup that we drank was the cup of slavery, all right, the cup of torture and torment from the Heavenly Father, delivered by you Edomites, man, you Caucasians. You have to pick up the tab for that. You have to. You can't just apologize. When the Clintons came out and apologized in the 90s, that didn't count. All right? That doesn't count, man. Verse 12, it says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Right. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Verse 13, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord. The Lord swore by himself. So let's hear what he's going to say. That Basra, which is the city of the Edomites, all right, you Caucasians, that's one of your ancient towns. All right, if you want to rep something, you need to be repping Basra. Okay? That's your block. It says that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. All right, a curse. Now, when you go look up in the Bible dictionary, it says that Esau, the Edomites, were the only neighboring country of the Israelites that don't receive any promises or salvation. All right, go look up Esau in the Bible dictionary. All right, it says a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetually waste. Now, I don't think I finished Isaiah 34, if I'm not mistaken, because it said, where was it at? 6. No, 5. Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon the Edomites, Idumea, the Caucasians, and upon the people of my curse. Right. The Lord has a people who he's cursed. It says, to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of kidneys of rams. The reason why he's saying these animals, he's not speaking about the animals. He's speaking about the sacrifice that he has to make. Whenever something is done wrong, all right, is going against the scriptures, all right, according to the law, statutes, commandments, a sacrifice had to be put forth. Blood specifically, all right? That's why Yahweh Shai was put up, all right, and delivered and put to death and then rose again. His blood was shed for the remission of sins for the elect of the Israelites. The Edomites have no salvation. Their future is very grim, according to prophecy. And we're reading it right here. It says, for the Lord hath a sacrifice, there it is. For the Lord hath a zabak, a sacrifice, in Basra, in a great slaughter. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. When did that happen? When did that happen in history? That's what you got to ask yourself if you're a Caucasian out there and you come across this video. What is this talking about? Who's Basra? Who's Idumea? Who are the Edomites? All right? You're reading about yourself. Let's see what some more of the prophets have to say. Let's see what their future is. Oh, you know what? Before I leap into Ezekiel, because Jeremiah has some beautiful lamentations. All right? Let's see what Jeremiah is crying about and mourning about and lamenting about. All right? And Shalom to all the Akim tuning in on the comment board. Shalom to Labakarim Mashapakathia, to my elect family. Abaratazam of the elect. All right? Uh, Lamentations 4. Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Adawam, O daughter of Edom. It's not talking about a specific woman. All right? When it says daughter of Edom, it's talking about the descendants of the Edomites who are living today. All right? That says that dwelleth in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Right? We just read about that in Jeremiah's previous books, all right, chapters. Verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That's talking about you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, all right, and those of the confused faces who this truth rests with, man. All right, it's not daughter of Wakanda, all right, it's daughter of Tizayawan. Tizayawan sounds better than Wakanda, all right, and all you Wakanda niggas out there in Spicks, you're going to catch the same future as these Edomites, as these Caucasians. All you Black Panther niggas, man. All right. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, because we're bringing them out. All right, and the Lord's bringing them out through his men. All right, and through different avenues, through other people who don't even believe in the truth. They bringing out the wickedness of the so-called white man. You got the so-called conscious community. And the reason why I say so-called in front of a lot of stuff is because it's not true. They're not conscious. All right, the so-called white man is not white. All right, these things are not true. All right, but these other groups, these other people, they're bringing this stuff out. It's coming out in the news. All right, that's why you got people like Edward Snowden. All right, and WikiLeaks. All right, you have different companies that do their research. They bring out this information, whistleblowers. All right, this is all leading up to Esau's judgment, the Caucasian's grim future, according to prophecy. Everything is falling in line according to prophecy. Esau is being revealed so he can be judged. All right, let's look up. Let's see what Yakazak Allah, all right, or Ezekiel has to say about Esau. And all you gotta do is do a word search, you know. See, I know these because we study these scriptures, man. If you study these, you know what's going on. You know there's Edomites that still exist. That race didn't get eradicated. You know something's gonna happen. All right. But if you don't know, if you think what I'm saying is lying, when I'm lying, go online and go to a website where you can look up words in the scriptures. Blue Letter Bible is a great one, and type in Edom or Esau. And see how many times it comes up where he's been delivered, is receiving salvation, or something nice and pleasant. There's nothing pleasant about these Edomites, the Caucasians. They have a saying, your reputation precedes you. All right? You know who he is before he shows up, man. All right? Just like that man that was hiding behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz, man. Symbolic of Esau's trickery. So let's see what Ezekiel or Yakazak Allah has to say. Ezekiel 25, and I'm gonna start at 12. All right? Ooh, yeah, and I gotta go to chapter 35 as well. So this is Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom, I'm just gonna put Caucasians in there. All right, because the Caucasians had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Right, this is Ezekiel speaking about what happened back then and what's going to happen in the future, because Ezekiel is back during the time of Babylon. All right, when you read in Psalms 137, which I'll get that too, Lord willing, because David was a prophet as well. He spoke about the daughter of Eden. He wanted the Lord to remember the daughter of Eden in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right, so they had to pay for these things throughout history. All right, they've racked up a huge tab. Ezekiel 25 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. Why is the Lord going to cut off man and beast from Edom? Well, we read back in Job, the 30th chapter, that he didn't even want these Edomites around his animals. All right, remember, Esau, not only does he kill animals for fun, he rapes them for fun, he steals their genes, puts it in other animals. He makes these animals, he forces them to have sex with each other. So you have something called a liger that doesn't even last long because its genes are all fucked up. All right, this is what he's doing to the earth. You got animals committing suicide in mass numbers. All right, there's large amount. There's a huge pile of trash floating around in the Pacific Ocean. All right, then you got trash from all over the world that's showing up in the Arctic, on the shores of the Arctic Ocean. The animals don't even know what the hell's going on, man. All right, that's why the Lord's telling us here. He's telling us that he has to cut off man and beast from Esau, man. He has to. All right, verse 13, continue on, and it says, "And I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword." So even though, like I was saying, the Temanites, even though they're really smart, all right, they have a lot of knowledge, the Lord has to take that from them, man, because they're using it. They'll keep using it for wickedness. Salakia, I'm in the ropes, kind of cold. All right. Verse 14. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance." Vengeance is not nothing pleasant, man. All right. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel." So how is the Lord going to get back at the Edomites for everything that he's done? By the hand of his people Israel. Who are the Israelites? All right. We got the 12 tribes trying. There's breakdowns out there who the Israelites are. All right. It says, "And they, the Israelites, shall do in Edom, the Caucasians, according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord." Right, because we can't remember what was done to us in our past lives. We can read about it, all right, but we can't call it to remembrance. The Lord's been watching, and the angels and Yahushua have been watching this whole time, which you Caucasians have been doing, all right? Before Robin Williams passed on to the spirit world, he said the Caucasian race is in a heap of trouble if the Lord comes back and he shows up he's a black man. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. And he was right, man. He was right. Okay? Because the Lord, he's going to put all those memories in our head. That's how we're going to understand his fury and his anger. Even though we're as mad as we are right now, we can watch movies and films and like Uncle Tom's Cabin and Nat Turner. We're still not as mad as the Heavenly Father. He's going to put that fury in us. I'm just going to get a little bit of Ezekiel 35. All right? Let's see what else Ezekiel has to say. Let's see if Ezekiel switches it up. All right? And gives and the Lord brings mercy. Ezekiel 35:1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it." Now, when you look up Mount Seir, it's going to take you back to a dwelling place of the Edomites. Seir in the Hebrew is Shayar. All right? And these Edomites, all right, aside from some of the Persian clans of the Persians and the Arabs, all right, the Ishmaelites, these Edomites as a whole, they are a hairy people. Like that first Geico commercial that came out. The Geico man walking in the airport. That's an Edomite in his natural state, man. All right, there's a reason why they call it a 5 o'clock shadow. All right. Verse 3, it says, verse 2, it says, "And prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord." So what are we supposed to say to Mount Seir? What are we supposed to say to this race of people, this descendants? If you believe in the scriptures, the Lord is telling us to say something to someone. All right. And what he's telling us in so many words is what the title of this video is. The Caucasian's future is grim, and that's prophecy. Verse 3, it says, "And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." All right. Now, he's not just doing this for no reason. He's doing it because of what it says later on in this chapter, which you can go read it. All right, because for the sake of time, I want to go through some more of the prophets. All right, because this is about prophecy, man. It's about the words of the Lord and about the prophecy, man. I'm gonna skip over Daniel. All right, because that goes through the vision with the 10 horns, which the Edomites are at the head of the 10 horns, which is the EU. All right, but what I want to get is Amos, or Amwas in the Hebrew, which I believe his name means burden. All right, let's see what Amos has to say. Let's see if Amos speaks about the Edomites. Oh, well, wait, I can't skip over Yahweh Allah, over Joel. Let's see if Joel likes the Edomites. If the Lord is telling Joel that the Edomites are okay in his eyes. Joel 3:19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Right. There's a common theme here. Every time it speaks about Esau receiving judgment, it always goes back to what? His twin, how he acted against his twin brother Jacob, against Judah and the Israelites. All right. 19 again, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation, which I'm recording this video in Egypt right now. All right, which Esau is in control of. These Edomites, the Caucasians, are in control of Egypt right now. You just have to receive it like that. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Why? For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Right, they did do that, man. The Lord stripped us of our power. He murdered a lot of us in West Africa, murdered and raped a lot of us on the boats and threw us off the boats. All right. He raped our women when we got over here. All right. He destroyed entire families and clans. There's not even certain names of the natives of the Gadites here anymore. In this area, they got a river called the Potomac River and the Anacostia River. There's not one Anacostian or Potomac native in this area anymore, man. Why? Because the violence, man. The blood that was shed in this land. All right, and the law says the blood cannot be shed therein except by the man of him that shed it. So the Lord's not going to bring up these old George Washington and Andrew Jackson out of their graves to put them to death. No, their spirits are coming back. There's a lot. Andrew Jackson is walking around today. George Washington is walking around today. All right, these men are walking around in the reincarnation to receive their judgment, man, for what they did in this land. Amos, let me get a couple more prophets and then I'll wrap up. Amos 1:11. That's right. Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, the Caucasians, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Right, remember, he said he will surely drink it. All right. I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. And when you keep reading in Ezekiel 35, it explains that because he didn't hate blood, blood's going to pursue him. See, that's how you link these up, man. That's why you Caucasians, man, there's nothing nice coming for you, man. Nothing at all. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity. Right, we were supposed to be brothers. All right. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman. Look, there's Teman again. The Lord says he's going to send fire. This place is going to be destroyed with thermonuclear fire and various other parts of the earth. All right. I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Basra. All right. Which is one of the chief cities of you Edomites. If you want to rep a block, like I said, man, you Edomites, that's your hometown. All right. You talking about I'm European and I'm German, I'm Russian, I'm French. No, you're from Basra, all right? You're from Petra, you're from Salai, you're from the rocks, all right? And then I'll end with Obadiah, all right? One of the most, he just goes in on the whole thing. But I'm just going to go to the point here. I'm going to start at the top and then I'm going to jump down. This is Obadiah, and it's only one book. All right, you know what? Let me read the preface of Obadiah, and that's the spirit. Zaquan, what's the brother's name? The head brother in Boston. He did a video on this through the spirit. I wanted to do one too, where I read the preface of Obadiah. So the spirit has me doing it now. So this is Obadiah, the preface. It says Obadiah is completely unknown. This is bullshit. And apart from meaning of his name, servant or worshiper of the Lord, right? Ibadiah. The date of his prophecy is not certain, but internal evidence seems best to point to about 585 BC, the year after the destruction of the Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Some scholars suggest a much earlier date, however, that is around the 9th century. The book, which is literally the book, which in literary form is a doom, quote unquote, doom song. All right, a doom song has a single theme: judgment upon Edom, the nation descended from Esau. All right, it says in Obadiah's time, Salah or Salai, later called Petra, was the capital of Edom. Like I was saying earlier, its unique ruins cut out of solid cliffs, rose-colored rock, and long hidden in the arid regions of the Dead Sea, south of the Dead Sea, were discovered in AD 1812 and stand as a silent witness to the fulfillment of the prophecy. Right, because when I win, I'm not sure what they're talking about in this fulfillment of prophecy in 1812. But the important part said, which you can see it, I'm not lying. It's not like I just made this up, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can see that they're in this study Bible, they're calling it the doom song. All right, they're saying that he dwelt in Petra, in a place called they said Sela. Really in the Hebrew is Salai, which means rocks. That's why in Job 30, that has to be you. It has to be you in the clefts of the rock. All right, and you had excavations, all right, and people who are into cartography, drawing maps and what have you. They went in to see whether these things were so. That's why this book is the most important book on the planet, man. And the Edomites are proving it. You Caucasians are proving it to be so. That's why you dig up ruins. That's how you found Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat. All right. So your future's grim, and you even know it in this book. All right. This is called a Schofield Study Bible. I gotta look up who Schofield is. He's probably an Edomite. He's telling us that this is a doom song. So I'm going to read some of this doom song. All right. This is Obadiah 1:1. It says, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachakwadash, concerning Adawam, the Caucasian race. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle." Right, which that's happening right now in the Middle East. That's why the Lord is stirring up all these armies in the middle. Hey, through the Spirit, yeah, that's right. The brothers been putting out videos. I didn't catch the alert. I don't know what's going on my RT, but Russia's being accused of what was it, using chlorine gas or something like that. I gotta go look into that, man. So prophecies are speeding up, man. The battle's being set, and a lot of those Russians are Edomites. It says, I'm gonna jump. All right, I'm gonna jump to verse 10, where it says this. Look, look at the title. All right, above 10, it says the cause of the doom. All right, the cause of this doom. Obadiah 1:10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." That's the Caucasian race's future, to be cut off forever, and rightfully so. You tried to do it for everybody else. What makes you think it's not going to happen to your people? All right? They believe in all this science and in the universe and all this stuff. You don't think karma's going to come back? Something's got to happen. A power shift is coming, and it's going to be the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai using us. All right? It says, this is continue on, verse 11. "And in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces," we're talking about Babylon. That's why they say they place Obadiah around 585 BC. All right. It says, "And foreigners entered into the gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast one of them." Right. So Esau had auctioning blocks back then. There's nothing new under the sun. All right, you Caucasians, you were selling us into slavery back during the time of the Babylonians, man. You were in league with the Hamites and the Elamites. All right, your modern day Africans and Persians, or Iranians, Afghanians. All right, Pakistan, India. All right, that's who you were selling us to. All right, It says, verse 12, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of his distress, of day of distress. All right? I'm going to jump to the end here. All right? That's right. Verse 18. This is the Caucasian's grim future, all right? I'm gonna start at 17 actually. And you know what? Look at the title of this one. This is a beautiful title too for Esau, the Caucasian's grim future. All right. Another great title and description. And this is in the study Bible. When you read these things, if you believe in the scriptures, you have to ask yourself, who is the Lord talking about? I got to make sure I'm not that person. And I want to find out who it is so I can stay the hell away from him. All right? Obadiah 1 and 17. But upon Mount Zion, all right, Har Tazion, Mount Zion, shall be deliverance, Ha Tazayal. And there shall be holiness in the house of Jacob, all right, Bayath Yaiquab shall possess their possessions. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, right, that's Ash. In the house of Joseph, a flame. Let's talk about the northern kingdom, all right. In the house of Esau, a Shashua for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. Right, because that's what you did to us. You almost devoured us completely. They say 100 million Negroes, 77 million Native Americans. All right, that's just 2 tribes. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it. All right, and that's your grim future, man. Eventually, you Edomites, you're going to pay for what you did to us, and then you're going to be eradicated from off the earth. You're going to serve your time of slavery. You're going to serve it good and hard, too. All right? And you're not going to be living in caves. You're going to be living in pits. You're going to have to dig your home. All right? You better find your food down there. These are the things that's going to happen to the Edomites, man. I'm telling you. The things that they did to us, see, we're going to put you righteously into slavery. We're not going to do everything that you did to us, all right? Because you would hang us on trees. You would leave us there for days on him. We're going to lynch you, Edomites, all right? Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. We ain't doing it now. All right, we're not doing it now. All right. The Lord told us we had to wait, for vengeance is his. All right. But the Lord, he's going to put the spirit on us in these times, coming very soon. All right. Oh, you know what? One more scripture, actually. Because there's nothing wrong with meditating these things. There's nothing wrong with meditating on the grim future of the Caucasian race. You Edomites, man. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Now, when you act on it, there is something wrong with that. You're not supposed to be going out there with a noose trying to lasso Edomites and shit. All right. Isaiah, what is it? 33 and it says, a heart shall meditate terror. I think it's Isaiah 33. But you know what? I'm gonna just read verse 1 since I'm here already, and I'll end it with this. All right. Isaiah 33. Oh, the water, Akia. All right, on the comment board, the water for that. Isaiah 33 and 18. All right. That's right. Isaiah 30 or Yeshaya 33 and 18. Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers? Right, because every day we think about these things, man. Every day we recall these things to mind. You have a lot of our people that like to forget what the so-called Caucasians did, the Edomites of the scriptures. Which again, you Edomites, you go back, you Caucasians, you go back to the Edomites who dwelt in the clefts of the rock. In this study Bible, Obadiah told you that in 1812, which I'm going to go deeper into that, in 1812, they discovered Petra. They discovered where you used to dwell in the rose-colored stones at the end of the south of the Dead Sea. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, let me just read verse 1 since I am in this chapter. Spirits keeps going, you know. Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, all right, here's the grim future. Then this is prophecy. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. When thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, then they shall deal treacherously with you. All right, and we are gonna do that, man. All right, you Edomites, all right, you Caucasians. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, other than what the prophets just said. All right, through prophecy. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shah, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Shah Kayah for the truth. All right, for allowing me to understand this and to push this forth, this edification to the elect. And whatever Caucasians happen to stumble upon this and you get offended, guess what? You're probably an Edomite. If you're a Caucasian and you're watching this and it doesn't offend you and you agree with what I'm saying, you're probably an Israelite and you ain't got nothing to worry about. All right. So again, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Shai. All praise to the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Hakwadash. Peace and blessings to the elect out there, and double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone. And shalom.